Idaho Innovation Center, taking your business to the next level. The Idaho Innovation Center is a business incubator located in eastern Idaho, providing resources to companies where entrepreneurs can confidently and aggressively start and grow their small business through collaboration, education, mentoring, and shared resources. Here's what some tenants of the Idaho Innovation Center have said. The classes they hold at the Idaho Innovation Center have proven to be invaluable for my business and its growth. The Idaho Innovation Center has given my business the support when needed in areas of business strategy, marketing, networking, and growth opportunities. An innovative tenant said, "The training and mentoring has helped us accomplish things we would never have done on our own. Thank you." And a technology client said, "The Idaho Innovation Center has been a perfect partner for our startup. The staff is focused on taking business to the next level, and we have." And finally, I would recommend the Idaho Innovation Center as the best resource to either start or grow your business in eastern Idaho. The Idaho Innovation Center, stimulating entrepreneurial spirit and innovation through business growth and development in eastern Idaho. At the Idaho Innovation Center, entrepreneurs can confidently grow their business through networking and educational opportunities with experienced business professionals. There is access to many free amenities, including one-on-one business mentoring and advising through the Small Business Development Center, conference room usage, and reception services. Everything we do at the Idaho Innovation Center is designed to help keep costs down and energy up for growth-oriented businesses.
Let the Idaho Innovation Center take your business to the next level.
Welcome to the Business Boys Talkin-Business show with your hosts, Brian Magleby and Tyler Price.
All right, here we are. So as you can see, I am neither Brian Magleby nor am I Tyler Price. This is what happens when you've done this production as long as I have, and you're safely behind the camera. But then when the day comes that both of our hosts have other professional obligations, and neither one of them can attend the show, and they know that I can just as well produce this show from behind the camera as much as in front of the camera as well, that this is where I end up. So my name is Tyson Bolcom, and I'm the producer for the Talking Business show. And for today, I am also the host. So what we've been doing this month, if you've been following this show, is for the month of January, we've been doing recaps on some of the biggest additions, the biggest episodes that we have done through the year 2022. Some of our biggest guests, some of our biggest locations that we've shot at, and we're just kind of doing big recaps on those as we prepare for shifting gears for the Talking Business show starting in the month of February. We're going to talk about that a little bit here in a minute, but first, I wanted to overview what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking about upcoming classes through the SPDC and the Idaho Innovation Center. We're going to talk about our sponsors of the show that we appreciate. And we're going to discuss these show changes that Talking Business is going to start implementing here very soon, within the next couple of weeks. We're really excited about it, and we're really appreciative to the people at home who have been supporting the show, who have been listening in and watching the show week to week, and have been benefiting from the wisdom and the knowledge that we have gotten as we've brought different entrepreneurs onto the set, onto the stage, week after week for the last, I think it's 2 years this show has been running. It's an excellent resource in the community. If you haven't followed us yet, I encourage you to follow Talking Business on YouTube and on Facebook, and we've got a couple of other avenues coming down the line. I'm going to let you in on that here in a minute. First of all, let's talk about classes. Let's see, I'm doing all this from my phone right now, so let's see. We're switching over. Okay, the 2023 Business Learning Webinars. So what this is, hold on, let me take a look at my notes. So the 2023 Learning Webinars, so the next class for that is going to be February 7th. What it is, it's a free online course. They're going to be doing courses like the first Tuesday, I believe, is first Tuesday of every month, almost every month this year, where you can get on and learn these different, learn these different practices, these different exercises to growing your own business. We did a goal setting in January, and we did we're going to be doing employee personalities, the DISC assessment, February 7th. If you've been following our episodes, the last couple of episodes, Mr. Maggleby's been talking about this, and he's been sharing his own personal experience where he can fully back this DISC assessment. He's shared his own personal stories of how it has benefited and grown his staff within his own company with the SPDC, and nobody can back this program as well as he can. So I'd highly encourage you to take a look at that. It's a free webinar, no charge, but registration is required. There's a QR code right there. You can pull your phone out and you can easily register to get onto the list, to get notified when these courses come up. So let's see. The next one is the strength-based leadership with our very own Christine Gardner of Envision Your Purpose. So, and Christine was our co-host on last week's show. If you missed that show, that's on YouTube and Facebook, so you can take a look at that at any time. It's always going to be up there. So she does her program through the Clifton Strengths Test, which is leveraging your strengths. It's a lot of people in today's world, they focus on how they can better their weaknesses, which is a good thing to do, but her course focuses on first identifying your strengths. That's done through this Clifton Strengths Test, which I have personally taken as well with Christine. She put me through that test. She gave me an idea of where my strengths lie, and then she encourages you to just hone in on your strengths, focus on your strengths, specialize in where you truly shine. And the areas where you don't shine as well, get people on your team who shine in those spaces so that the team as a whole just synergizes with each other. It's an excellent concept. Highly recommend it. It's three classes. Yes. Every Wednesday of January. We've done the 11th already. We've got another one coming on the 18th and the 25th from 1:30 to 3 o'clock. At the Idaho Innovation Center. There is a fee for this course, and their registration is required here as well. And there's a QR code right there. You can take a look at it, and you can find out how to sign up for that. So let's see. And I should also say with this one, Maggleby's money back guarantee. I imagine he won't have any problem with me putting his money where his mouth is, but he's always been adamant that if you go to this course and you do not get your money's worth out of this course, he will refund you the full amount. And he can comfortably do this because he says he's only ever had to do this one time, and there was a special case where the attendee actually was not able to physically attend due to COVID illness. So it had nothing to do with not getting value out of the course. He physically was not able to attend. So with that outlier, it's kind of 100% guarantee or your money back. So highly recommend that. Let's go to our sponsorship. Sponsorships are very important in this show. We wouldn't be able to do it without our sponsors, and we're very grateful for them. First and foremost is BBSI. Excellent resource for companies who are wanting to take their business to the next level. They do human resource management. They do manage administrative tasks. They do payroll, staffing, business strategy. They do all those administrative, like kind of house cleaning. You have to do it. You may not want to do it, and you may not know how to do it. That's what BBSI is for. We've got Volpine Marketing. Volpine Marketing makes the best businesses the best known. Excellent resource in this community. They do website development and management. They do marketing, online ads. They are excellent at Google search engine optimization, and they do video production in tandem with social media ads. Excellent resource. Highly recommend Volpine Marketing. We got New Line Videography. It's a little bit of a New Line Media is my company. New Line Media specializes in saving time, making money, and building relationships with the people that you serve. And the way that we do that is using video production as the secret tool, the secret ingredient, secret sauce. We build video production not just as marketing, outbound marketing, though it is very powerful in that space, but we've built video production as a functioning tool within the infrastructure of your business to help streamline certain services or automate certain tasks to help leverage and optimize your time to get your business to that next level. So that's new line marketing for you. And then of course we've got the SBDC, has been mentioned many times on this show as the best kept secret in Eastern Idaho. If you're looking for free business consulting, SBDC is the way to go. And then of course we have the Idaho Innovation Center. That's Mr. Brian Megalby's brainchild. We've got it's a business incubator. If you're a startup or if you're looking to grow your business, get your business to that next level, and you need the space and the resources to do it, the Idaho Innovation Center is the place to go. They've got office spaces available, which doesn't happen very often, but they do have a couple of office spaces available. I've seen them personally. They're great spaces and they're very affordable. And they also have a series of classes. That they teach to help kind of mold that entrepreneur mindset to help you get yourself to that next level, such as the Strength-Based Leadership with Christine Gardner. That's hosted at the Idaho Innovation Center. So Idaho Innovation Center is something that is a place I highly recommend. So now we're shooting out of these sponsorships, and I'm sorry, I gotta get my breath a little bit. I go on a live show, I start talking too fast and I forget how to breathe. So, okay. Next thing on the docket is show changes to the Talkin-Business show. We've been doing Tuesdays at 2 o'clock for this whole year, and it's been great. We're looking to make this show bigger. We did a lot of really awesome changes through the year 2020. I believe that at the beginning of 2020, we were primarily just a YouTube and our website, talkinbusiness.com. We were mainly just centered on those platforms. We've since expanded to Facebook. We've since live streamed simultaneously, like what we're doing right now, to YouTube and to Facebook, and you're also seeing us on our website, and that's been awesome. We're wanting to go bigger and better. So we have plans in the works for that. We're looking to shift to Fridays at 10:10. So we're not doing it on Tuesday anymore. It's going to be a pre-produced show so that we can polish it, make it as high quality as we can, and it will go public on YouTube, on Facebook, possibly also on LinkedIn at Fridays, as well as a podcast. The thing that I love about this kind of show is it's the kind of thing that I can just listen to. I don't necessarily need to watch it. I love to watch it, but I also love to listen to this kind of stuff when I'm in the car. You may like that as well. But watching it in the car is not safe. So having a podcast where you can just listen to it in your radio, in your car speakers, would be very beneficial. We understand that. We recognize that. So that's what we're going to do starting in February. We're going to be doing a new studio. We're kind of outgrowing this space. So we want to have something a little bit bigger and better, more high quality equipment, high quality lights, cameras, a bigger space, a more conveniently located space for our guests that come on the show. And so we're going to be moving the studio into a bigger space as well. We're looking forward to that. So let's talk about this recap video that I'm going to cut you guys over to here in a minute, because I'm sure you're just waiting to hear from Erik Hudson, the general manager of the Mountain America Center. This was one of our favorite shows to cover last year, because that was one of the most anticipated things in Idaho Falls last year, was the building of the Mountain America Center. Myself, through New Line Media, covered a step-by-step on the construction of the Mountain America Center, and that's all archived on a playlist on the Construction Business TV YouTube channel. You can check that out on your own time if you're interested in seeing the steps that went toward building this event center. And there's a lot of these episodes include Erik Hudson as well. So very good friends with Mr. Hudson. So in this episode, he's going to be covering the history of his career in sports. Started out in like professional hockey and arena management. Like his whole career has been around working on the ice or around the ice, basically. He's going to talk about how he came to Idaho Falls and how he came into this position of general manager, what kind of led him to this area from where he was before. He's going to discuss everything that this facility aims to provide to the region of East Idaho. It's going to be much, much more than just minor league hockey and concerts. There's going to be a lot more services that are now available since the Mountain America Center has opened. And he's going to discuss everything that it took to make this dream a reality. This has been something that the community has wanted and talked about and debated about, frankly, for a very long time. And to see that it's finally come to fruition, and we'll give you kind of a little bit of a peek behind the scenes of what it took to make that happen. So thank you guys again for your time and your support in following the Talking Business show. Hope you enjoy listening to what Mr. Erik Hudson has to say, the general manager of the Mountain America Center. I'll also say before I leave you off, I almost forgot, if you didn't catch last week's episode, that this is going to be the last episode for the month of January. The next 2 Tuesdays of January, we're actually going to be taking off. We're going to be devoting that time to transitioning everything to our bigger studio space. So that's so that you're aware, so that you don't need to be waiting on your computer or your phone the next Tuesday or the last Tuesday of the month. We'll be back at the beginning of February with a new guest, new studio, new ways to watch us and listen to us. It's just going to be better in all different directions. Very excited about that. So we're going to cut over to Mr. Erik Hudson, and we will see you in February. Thumbs up, as they say, right? Here we go.
The clock is ticking, and in just about 4 months, the Hero Arena here at the Mountain America Center will open its doors. This building seats around 6,000 people for concerts, around 4,000 people for hockey games. There's also space for conventions and conferences, a full-size kitchen, and plenty of options for food. I'm going through the building today with Rob Spear. He's the executive director of the Auditorium District, and Erik Hudson. He's the general manager for the building. They're giving us a behind-the-scenes peek at what you can expect.
So here we are right in the bowl at Hero Arena at the Mountain America Center. And one of the favorite things about this facility to me is the great viewing experience that you're going to have when you come to an event here. A couple things I'd like to point out. 2 12 by 22 video boards on each side of the arena, 5.9 millimeters, which is extremely high quality. 2 4 by 18 scoreboards on the other sides. And then 30-inch ribbon board that runs the length of the facility.
We have some of the most state-of-the-art rigging capabilities. You'll see above us in this ceiling grid, the actual rigging grid where all the production equipment will hang goes the entire length of the Hero Arena floor. It can hold up to 200,000 pounds in various configurations.
Yeah, a couple of unique concepts with the audio system. They talk about directivity, and as I understand it, that directivity is like a flashlight beam. You can narrow in your sound or you can broaden it, so that's going to ensure a quality audio experience for the user. And then, you know, we're going to have a lot of concerts in here, and it's really important because we have all this concrete and steel to have a system that's going to be to adapt to a concert type setting. So there's an intelligibility factor.
Correct.
And I think that's a 0.7 out of 1 being optimal. And so that intelligibility factor is, that 0.7 is similar to some concert halls.
It allows for any touring production to sound at its best.
Right now we're standing in front of one of the 5 concession stands that will be available to the customer.
No other arena in the country will have the same food and beverage experience that we have. We plan on serving fun foods like tacos and poutine and any type of dish that you think would be delicious in the building. And it's great because we actually have a full service catering kitchen in here as well.
We have the mezzanine level. This is our premium seat area.
So you can see the floor from here. Obviously we can do ice inside a Hero Arena. We can also set the stage as an in-stage concert or a half house, or we can even go down to a quarter stage. The cool part about our facility is it has 26 VIP hospitality rooms on this level with servers, private bars, and two sky decks, as I like to call them.
So right now we are back in the kitchen area. This is the area we talked about. We're so excited about because one thing that we wanted to be able to provide here to the customer is a great food and beverage service. And so right now you can look around here, see the size of this kitchen area, the 3 big grease hoods, the dishwasher station behind you. And what this will allow is to really cater quality food to conferences in the Blue Cross of Idaho conference facility, as well as serve the mezzanine level here of this facility.
Now we're in the Blue Cross of Idaho Conference Center. Inside of here is 5,500 square feet of unique space. We can break it into small rooms or one large room. Another unique feature at the Mountain America Center is our loading dock space. And we have the loading dock of a large arena built right into the facility. You can see this 15-foot marshalling door, which allows us to drive RVs, trucks, cranes right onto the floor of Hero Arena. But we've also got 3 full-size loading docks.
The air exchanges per hour in Hero Arena average are the same as a hospital room. The actual air exchanges per hour in the conference center exceed a hospital room. With that, we went further and we installed what's called UVGI lights within all the 7 big air handling units that are installed here. UVGI is ultraviolet germicidal irradiation. So what this does is when the air comes through, it zaps all these airborne pathogens and creates better air quality.
We can host a number of events. If you dream it, we can host it. Large concerts will be coming here. Huge expos, regional sports, and conferences of all sizes. We open at the end of November. We have a huge lineup for you all the way out until June of 2023.
And one of the acts performing here at the Hero Arena at the Mountain America Center has already been announced. Mannheim Steamroller will be here in December. Tickets for that concert go on sale on August 10th. And officials here tell me there are a lot more announcements planned in the coming weeks. Reporting in Idaho Falls, I'm Nate Eaton, EastIdahoNews.com.
Well, that's super exciting.
Yeah.
Right? Super exciting. But before we get talking about that, you kind of mentioned that you're about 30 pounds lighter. What's the secret to that?
You know, I got 30 pounds lighter and probably like 600 more gray hairs.
Yeah.
But, my wife called me a silver fox. I
Yeah.
think she was brown nosing a little
Yeah.
bit though.
Yeah. So you bring your family from Iowa to Idaho. So, you know, and we kind of, those 2 states, when you're traveling, you talk to people, you say, I'm from Idaho. They say, oh, Iowa?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I always just say, yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, and Ohio's in the mix as
Oh,
well.
jeez.
But what was that like saying, all right, we're going after this thing, brand new arena. What did you look at it and what did you and your wife look at this challenge as?
You know, when you're in the event world, I grew up in arenas.
Yeah.
Hockey was my first career.
Yeah.
I loved playing the game. I loved the sport. But as somebody that, knew my hockey career was coming to an end, I needed a different path. And I just I ate, slept, and breathed arenas. And I asked my wife, I was like, what do you, let's get into...
What's plan B?
Let's figure out what's going to happen. So I started my career in the venue management industry in Alabama, actually.
Wow.
My first ever arena was a municipal, city-owned building in a little town called Pelham, 4,000 seats, but it didn't start like that. It was just a city-owned building, and the city invested money in it, and we were able to renovate it and bring a pro hockey team there and go through that renovation process, and it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And so fell in love with that, but we wanted to move into bigger and better things, and so we moved to Iowa, and that's where she's from originally. We're Cyclones, so if anybody watching is a Hawkeye, you can take a step off the broadcast. I'm just teasing.
We've never had anybody invite people to leave, but step to the plate.
It's a cyclone state this year, so we'll take that. We don't get
good.
many of those, but in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, there was multiple venues there for us to jump on, and we had a 4,000 seat ice arena. We had a 7,000 seat arena, multi-event place event center, a 3,800 seat amphitheater, and then a classic theater.
Yeah.
And in my time there, I had a blast, and it was like a great time. And then COVID hit, and our event industry, we battled through it, and we actually held the facility that I was a part of held the first ever ticketed event after COVID.
Oh,
and
nice.
It was a Josh Turner concert, country music superstar.
Yeah.
And in our deep voice. I think one of my favorite artists. 7,000 seat arena. We sold it out, but it was in pod seating, so we only allowed 1,806 people in the building.
Oh wow!
So, funny story. But so after the pandemic, wasn't really looking to change careers, but it's a once in a lifetime experience to open a new building. And the community, I fell in love with this community in 2017 when I was here volunteering with USA Hockey, and then again in 2019 with USA Hockey. And my wife and I said, you know what? Maybe
we could live there.
We could do it.
Yeah.
let's go check it out. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens. Then one thing led to another. I met Rob Spear with Idaho Falls Auditorium District, and then the board of directors. One thing led to another, and we're here.
Yeah.
Well, welcome
We
to
are.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is good
So,
to have you here.
very excited.
And it's very exciting to have the Mountain America Center. Man, there's just a lot. If you drive by that place, it is a happening place.
It is.
And you've got a lot of things coming up.
Gosh, it's exciting. Our staff, first of all, and Andy Birch is here with us. He's our front of house staff. He's going to be probably one of the busiest human beings on the face of the earth.
Yeah.
We just had a career fair, and I know we'll dive into that later, but we had over 200 applicants to be part-time employees at our facility.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to have about a base of about 300 people, and
Yeah.
we'll probably staff anywhere from 80 to 100 per event,
Yeah.
which is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of big events coming up. Mannheim Steamroller. We actually had to add a second event on a Tuesday, by the way.
Wow. Yeah.
Tuesday,
Yeah,
3 p.m.
Yeah.
Almost 2,000 tickets sold for that event.
Yeah.
The 7 p.m. show is sold out completely.
Yeah.
Lindsay Sterling, Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig,
Yeah.
Peppa Pig coming. And then I can't tell you that, man, there's a lot of things going to be rolling out here in coming weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, he hasn't given us specific names, but he's given us specific industries type deal.
Yeah.
And there is a lot happening at the Mountain America Center, man. And the building is just gorgeous. You can see it right off the freeway there. Man, talk to us about the theater itself. What all is included with the theater, and how many seats? Tell us about what all's going to be included.
So people don't think about this, but we're located in one of the best regions of the country.
Yeah.
And artists are human beings. They want to spend time in beautiful places just like we do.
Yeah.
And so people like country music stars and pop stars and things, they want to see Yellowstone. They want to go fly fishing. So setting this building in the gateway to Yellowstone was probably the most genius idea, and I can't take credit for it because I was way before. We'll give it to somebody.
Yeah.
And so, people think about it, and the common misconception with our building is it looks small from the pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures don't do it justice.
Yeah.
6,000
6,000
seats
seats.
is a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the trend of the music industry, you see artists coming to places like ours, and instead of just playing one show, they're going to play multiple shows. And we've already seen it in our first event announcement with Mannheim.
Yeah.
They were like, let's just play another show. Yeah. The demand's there. We have 6,000 seats. We have a rigging grid that can hold up to 200,000 pounds. And people are like, what's a rigging grid? That's super boring. It looks like a checkerboard on the ceiling.
They can hang all their
You
stuff.
can hang a
on.
bus from there.
Yeah,
A blue
awesome.
whale. You can hang, you can, whatever you.
Now
you
I want to see you do it.
I could do it.
Okay.
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah. Let's bring them.
Massive productions that come in with 15 semi-trucks. We
Yeah.
can do it. And that's the biggest hurdle for venues of our size, because a lot of people can't do that. So we have 6,000 seats. We've got this great production grid. We've got a concession stand lineup that is going to blow people out of the water. We've got duck fried poutine.
Yeah.
I can't wait. You told me.
Yeah.
I told you I missed lunch, but we've got a American bar and grill themed restaurant. We've got a taco themed restaurant. We've got a craft soda, craft beer, craft pizza facility. We've got everything. It's all cooked in house in our catering kitchen. So people come in, one stop shop. It's going to be the premier venue in Eastern Idaho, if not this region, because
by far.
while it's not the biggest,
Nope.
it's got the great production capabilities, the AV, all the amenities that
Technology that is coming.
Let's
into
go
this building.
technology.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible at technology because I'm not on the music side of it. I was super musically inclined growing up, or declined. Is it inclined or declined?
Declined.
When you're not very good at it.
Yeah.
My brother over there's playing a saxophone, and I couldn't even touch the piano key without breaking the thing. But when it comes to the music tech, we've got everything.
That's awesome. Talk about the expo hall too that you've got attached to it.
Thanks for bringing that up. The Blue Cross of Idaho event center, our conference center, is total square footage of 11,000 square feet, 5,500 in multi-purpose event space. We can have banquets up to 400 people inside that space. If we need to go bigger, we can just use the arena floor, up to 1,200. 680 people for theater style, or we can break it down into small classroom style settings, 900 square feet, 1,200, whatever we really need. That place is filling up so fast. Christmas parties and regional tourism expos and RV shows, and we announced, at our press conference the other day, the East Idaho Fly Tying Show.
Yeah.
You name it, people are coming. Birthday parties.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And Brian Regan, man.
Brian Regan.
Oh man, that guy's gonna he's a, hopefully he gets to the second show because I missed the opportunity to get that. But Brian Regan, absolutely, another great venue that you've got here. What else can people expect coming months?
Okay.
Don't give us specific names, but kind of tell us what you're looking forward to and having at the event center.
I could say with confidence that we will be announcing probably one of the biggest country tours in the United States next week, 18th.
Wow.
That's one. Honestly, we'll probably have one of the bigger classic rock shows in the country coming in the spring.
Oh yeah, there's my two genres of music. I can end the show right now knowing that. So.
More comedy coming in April, I can tell you that. We have an announcement coming in November for that. The comedy show in April will sell out within a day, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the fact is we've got a event and show announcements from now until probably May.
Wow.
And we won't stop.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
In fact, we mentioned Brian Regan. You might want to take out a notepad and pencil and take some notes of today's show.
Yeah.
There might
be a question asked that could get some.
Might be able to. If you would like a pair of Brian Regan shows, you might want to pay attention today.
Who knows?
So then you, in another life, were a professional hockey player.
I was.
Who did you play for? And then does this kind of become your dream then, running venues and kind of have some say in what's going on with the hockey?
Hockey's my passion. I mean, I love it. Every hockey player, though, wants to be a musician or a rock star.
Yeah.
And when you suck at playing instruments like I do, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So, so that was kind of the transition. Like I said, it was, I was in hockey. I moved into coaching. I had a passion for it. But at the end of the day, long-term career goals for myself were to be involved with venues, with music, sports, not just hockey. But we do have a great hockey team in the Idaho Falls Spud Kings.
Kings.
They're starting their home schedule December 2nd. They're actually playing 2 games this weekend in Salt Lake against the Utah Outliers and the Ogden Mustangs. So we wish them the best of luck in that.
Yeah, good luck there.
And then we drop the puck on our home schedule December 2nd.
Yeah.
It's
how are season tickets?
Oh, jeez.
Selling. I heard that they're going fast.
2,000 sold already.
Wow.
Have they really?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And we have 26 suites and loges, and they're sold out. I just, I didn't do any of the legwork for that. So kudos to, the hockey team and the community.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why my wife and I were like, we'll bring the girls out, our 2 daughters, because everybody's excited about this. Yeah. And, the community's just been super awesome.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to have the Kings here. I still have to laugh at that name, but it fits us.
I think it's right.
We're okay with it. Spud Kings, and talk to us about what level of hockey is it with the Spud Kings, and what can people expect at their events?
So being an expansion franchise, obviously the team's a work in progress right now. The core group of players are fantastic. And so what you're going to see when you come out to the arena is the best prospects for NCAA hockey in the country. You're going to see guys that are really vying for that college scholarship. And hockey's such a late developing sport. Most of our players are between 18 and 20 years old. They've graduated high school. Yeah. They're taking a year or two to develop as athletes and hockey players. Probably get a lot of their gen ed courses out of the way. But they're the top prospects in the country when it comes to, the next wave of great hockey players. And the goal is to get these kids moved on and get them into college and get them a degree and let them play collegiately. And it's always something that I'm passionate about because that was the route that I took.
Yeah.
And it turned out, well for me, and it teaches them just to be good young men.
Yeah.
So
very good. Excited about the Spud Kings, the Expo Hall. Man, there's just so much happening. It's so nice to finally have a place of this capability.
It's been being talked about for probably close to 15 years.
Yeah.
So here we are now. Again, it was the expansion in our population base. Everything just kind of, to me, it's a perfect storm. So, but you have the Mountain America Credit Union or the Mountain America Center, and then Hero Jerky has their name on it. Who else has their name on it? Why don't you explain a little bit about that?
The building would not have been possible without community partners.
Right.
And if you look at our facility, there are a number of opportunities to serve the public, and we are a consumer, customer-driven model. We want to take care of our customers, number one. And so Mountain America Credit Union, they obviously stepped up and they purchased the naming rights of the event center.
Yeah.
And since they've done that, they've become nothing but great partners with us. Sterling Nielsen announced at our press conference that we're going to do the first event actually in our building will be on 11/29, and it's not a big concert, it's not a rock show. It's a Project Warm, or Operation Warm, and that's a program to give back to kids, and that's championed by Mountain America Credit Union.
Yeah.
Give them kids a chance to get winter jackets and clothing, and we're going to hold that in the Blue Cross of Idaho Conference Center. Hero Meat Snacks obviously is a locally owned and operated
small family.
Yep.
Good deal.
And they have been such a great partner too. We want to provide folks the opportunity to buy meat snacks in our facility at a cost that's cheaper than anywhere else. But also, they're heavily involved in the community with giving back. And if you've ever taken a tour of their facilities, they believe in taking care of their people, and their culture is second to none over there. And it's great. And so we would like to emulate that culture in our building. But we also want to partner with them on some community-driven events, high school athletic events, giving back events. So that's our second, main partner, Hero. Blue Cross of Idaho, obviously another huge staple in our community for the conference space. And that conference space is the premier. I mean, it is the premier conference space in
This area has needed it for so long.
Yeah.
It's built in audio visual. There's the sound in there is done by Pole Sound. It's second to none. Catering is, like I said, you can get an all-day water and coffee service for a great price, or you can go all the way up to like a filet mignon prime rib dinner.
Yeah.
And sorry to go on, but we do have so many great partners. Bingham Healthcare is part of it. They're sponsoring the athletic and training room, as well as the box offices for the team and for ticket sales. Iron Horse RV, which is another locally owned and operated company. It's got the parking lot. What better place to do an RV show than a massive parking lot? Silver Star Communications. They donated the Wi-Fi or the fiber in the building.
Wow.
And then they named the premium services Skydeck, Silver Star Skydeck. So anytime you're in a suite or on the club level, it's the Silver Star Skydeck.
Wow.
Yep.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah, and it's just super easy to run this thing, right? I mean, there's no headaches, no nothing.
No.
You mentioned Andy.
Yeah.
Andy's got a real task ahead of him, so why don't we plug a little bit, because you guys have needs too.
A lot of hiring
right? So
that
why
you got to
don't
do.
you
We're
tell
going
us
to do
what's
a bit
needed?
of training on it today.
So the one of the reasons why I hired Andy, besides his handsome looks, and his
he's a relative. I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it. To the family.
The culture that we're building here is important to our whole team. And I know there's stories out there of folks that have worked in cultures at work where it's not fun and it's not inviting.
Toxic,
We're trying to create something that's different. And when I talked to Andy first, I think it was meant to be. First thing he brought up was the culture and we're in the live entertainment business. Why would we not want to have fun? Yeah. So he's come up with some great employee retention programs, some great employee rewards programs. But realistically, we want people to sign up. We're not going to assign people shifts.
Yeah.
So if they want to work part-time for us, we're going to need about 150 part-time employees per event, like I said before. And we had a career fair last week, and we had over 200. We're at 250 applicants right now.
Yeah.
And it's inviting because we put the shifts out there, and these shifts are like ushers, like t-shirt security, like ticket takers, greeters, and they get to enjoy live events, but they also get to help the consumer. And they get paid to do it. And most of these folks are either retirees, someone that's looking for supplemental income, students, people that want to be interns. So I think we have a wide variety.
How do people get a hold of to look at a position there? How do they get with you?
So on our website, mountainamericacenter.com, we have a contact us page, and there's right on there is a apply application.
Good.
You can upload your resume, tell us about yourself. That goes directly to our department heads. There's also a career fair coming up on the 12th, which is Wednesday. Is that tomorrow?
That's
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Holy
Wow.
smokes.
Wow.
Time flies when you're hanging
Yeah.
out and having
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Tomorrow.
Time for lunch. Or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. And so we're doing another career fair tomorrow.
And that's at the facility, or where's that?
I believe that is off-site. I'll have to get the details to you
okay.
guys.
Yeah.
Because we just did a career fair with the state of Idaho Department of Labor, and this other one is a private event. But we welcome everybody to come out and apply, and then once we bring them on, we've got this great trained crowd management. We've got other training, and we've got some obviously great work perks. You work for us, you get options for some free tickets if they're available.
Yeah.
You get to see live shows while you're working.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
That's great. And just look at this beautiful building behind
Yeah.
us.
We should get out of the way.
Yeah, we should, but man, what a great addition here to Eastern Idaho. This beautiful building is, and there's an aerial view taken by our one and only Hudson here at New Line Media. So this is a great. How many square foot is the whole building?
Gosh, it's right around. I think it's 150,000.
Wow.
The footprint is 150,000. Actually, it's 128,000. Then you factor in the parking lots and things like that. We have 1,500 parking spaces, so I don't think people are gonna struggle to park.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's good.
Which is
That's one of the challenges. So you're part of your management group that you have here is also part out of Utah. Is that right? Talk about the company that you actually work for.
So Centennial Management is based out of West Valley City at the Maverick Center. And they were the champion of the 2002 Salt Lake Winter Games. Maverick Center, of course, was home to my favorite event, which is the Olympic Hockey Championships.
Yep.
And we are the sister building of the Maverick Center. And the nice thing is a lot of the events that they get, we can probably host. If they're a little large, maybe we host 2 days or vice versa. But they are a great. Centennial Management's been around for over 30 years, and they've done a fantastic job. And it's a family-owned and operated business, and so it's based in this area. There's a lot of connections, and this was the right fit for me and for our family. And then obviously the relationship with Idaho Falls Auditorium District too.
Wow, very good. Well, we welcome Erik Hudson and his family to the community here in Eastern Idaho, and we're just excited about all of the big things that are happening out there. Look them up, mountainamericacenter.com. If there's anything that interests you in having a part-time job, what a good gig.
Yeah.
You get to watch concerts and
I'm
hockey
sure there's work
games
involved too.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But you have you get a little entertainment on the side. So very good. Is there anything else you want the community here in Eastern Idaho to know about the Mountain America Center?
The building itself is just built for the community. Excuse me. I want people to know that it's not just for hockey and it's not just for concerts. Okay. And when I talk about hockey, we have ice 9 months out of the year. So figure skaters, curlers, we hope to start a curling club.
Yeah.
We want to partner with Toffus Park
Dude,
Ice.
we are all over
I know,
the
that's
Curling is a great sport.
You can be on that.
I've never done it.
It's great.
I've watched it and said I could do that.
stink at it,
Yeah,
but I have the most fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm winning. So, we have ice 9 months out of the year. So we definitely want to have our community ice users jump on there. We have our own basketball floor. So we plan on hosting basketball, court sports of all kinds, volleyball, gymnastics, cheer, dance. We plan on obviously hosting big concerts.
Yeah.
RV shows, outdoor expos, dance recitals, Christmas banquets, pretty much anything and everything. That's the nice thing about this building. It's large enough to fit the community, large enough to bring in these giant acts, but it's perfect size for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted, and that's what we achieved when they built it. And I think as people understand and contact us more about events, they'll see, holy smokes, we can bring our 300-person banquet into that building, and we can afford it.
Yeah.
And it's great service. Yeah. And we got great food, and I'm starving, so I can talk.
Well, just still amazing that, because again, I remember when we first moved up here in 2008 to talk.
Yep.
And here it's actually happened. Doors are going to be opening.
And kudos to the Idaho Falls Auditorium District.
Yep. Yeah. If you want to talk about a group of people that really made something happen. Obviously, arena projects are no small task regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
But fundraising and making sure that the FF&E money is available, because you can build an arena and you don't have any furniture, fixture, equipment.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. So Terry Gazdick, she's the chairwoman of the board. She's been doing a fantastic job.
Mhm.
She's with Cooper Norman in town.
Yep.
So Bob Nitschke, Mike Carpenter, Steve Vukovic, the whole gang of people has done a great job, and especially Rob Spear, just bringing this thing over the finish line.
Yeah.
He's
Rob's
the
absolutely
executive director.
phenomenal. So great. Well, we appreciate you being here. I want to read something. We always ask what some small business advice. He says here, making decisions with the consumer in mind typically allows businesses to be successful. In our industry, people want to have a good experience in specific areas, and it is related to the value of a ticket. If we cannot deliver on that value, the chances of them coming back as a return customer are slim. And that's the kind of attitude that we love to have a general manager have. We're excited for the Mountain America Center. We wish you the best, and we are here to support you and promote you in any way that we possibly can.
Let's do this thing.
That's right. Excited about that. We're gonna. Let's go right here into your quote. I love this quote. You threw a little kinky.
My favorite quote of all time, because Wayne Gretzky was obviously somebody that I idolized when I grew up, I also, if you know me at all, I'm kind of a goofy guy.
Yep.
And I like to laugh, and we like to have a good time. And so you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's Wayne Gretzky. And if you're an Office fan, Michael Scott is the GM of The Office.
Yeah.
But he's a goofy guy, and he likes to have a good time. And it fits me to say that we work hard in our building, and we chase after the things that we dream about, but we also need to have a good time and laugh and poke fun at ourselves occasionally.
Very good.
Gotta love it. Thank you, Erik Hudson. We're gonna transition is the word I was looking for.
Are you gonna give the tickets away now, or
no? We're gonna give them away at the end of the show.
I just didn't want you to forget.
No, we won't. Trust me.
All right.
We will not forget that. So, but we, one of the big, that they're focusing on is recruiting and hiring people. And so we wanted to do just a little bit of a training on, if I can get to the right sheet of paper here.
Hopefully you got it. There you go.
You got it?
No,
they're here. So good. We wanted to talk about the difference between hiring and recruiting. And I put this quote down there on the bottom. Hiring happens when you need to fill a role. A lot of companies, are focused on the hiring, but the recruiting is the process of attracting top talent to your organization. I think that a lot of people, and I find myself in this, that they have someone leave, they got to fill that position, and they just immediately, they just fall into that hiring mode. But whereas smart companies need to be in the recruiting mode so that you're constantly looking for that better person.
Yeah. Well, and even you in hiring Andy, for instance, I mean, that's kind of, it wasn't just like throwing it out and seeing what stuck. You went through a process, and I know he's Brian's cousin and all, but just in sitting down and talking with him, it seems like he's the right fit for the position, right?
When we recruit, there, in my philosophy, recruiting, there's never one particular way we go about it, but we are proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's the side of the business where you need to retain employees, and retention is important, and culture is important for that. But to be frank, Andy reached out to me.
Yeah.
And
before
the job was posted, and we've searched for candidates, and I called him, and I told him, I said, look, I think you're the right guy for the job, and when you just know.
Yeah.
Sometimes but then also there's the time where you need to go through that process, where you need to interview folks until the right candidate really jumps out at you.
Yeah.
And for us, Andy was the one with the most experience for this particular position by far. He's 20 years in the business, and it's a niche position anyway. And so he's got 20 years as an event, front of house manager. And so we definitely, the fit for our director role is huge. But, sometimes it's not about the person with the experience. Sometimes it's about the person that's willing to learn. It fits the culture.
It fits into it.
So,
very good. Well, let's kind of go around this circle. It starts there at about 11 o'clock. Number one, preparing. and then going counterclockwise there. So you got to prepare. Then you get to looking for sources. Where are you gonna look to hiring this person? Then it gets to the screening part. Then you go back up to they're selecting, hiring, then onboarding, and I think that we all spend a lot of time in the middle of that, but really where the true magic of it happens is in the preparing and the sourcing. And then once you spend the time getting them, but it's really what I found is the most important part of making employees successful is that onboarding, the hiring the right person, but then onboarding them and getting them so that they buy into the company culture and things like that. That's the if you want to have a long-term employee, you need to really focus on that onboarding is really a key. So this is, I know a lot of companies are challenged out there in the hiring, the what's the percentage of unemployed down to about 2% or something like
low.
that.
Yeah,
it's a challenge out there, but you have to constantly be recruiting for your organization. And here's some good steps to follow through on that to hopefully help your business out. If you're looking for any kind of part-time work, look up a Mountain America Center. So that's
come talk to Andy.
Come talk to Andy. He will point you in the right direction. So.
And it won't, just letting you know, he does have a hot tub in his office, or he's
that's
still the negotiation. So, anyway, but there won't be interviews in a hot tub.
No,
although that would be fun.
It's like one of those indoor football arenas. All those indoor football arenas have hot tubs on the side of the field.
Yeah.
We might have a club or workout gym.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Anyway.
There you go. Well, Erik Hudson, we appreciate you being here. Excited for the Mountain America Center. And Brian Regan, man.
See, I just forgot after I was telling you.
You bet you.
Don't
That's
forget.
why I'm bringing it up here. So
I'm ready to go get in my car and leave. So here we go.
All right, we're going to come up with a trivia question here that we asked during the show.
What state was his first venue that he managed or was a part of? What state was that?
Yep. So
put
the text number up there. Text to 208-520-9400. If you would like some tickets to go see Brian Regan, better start texting.
Yeah.
Where was the first place that Erik Hudson worked in the arena business? So,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So very good. Well, thank you for being on Talkin-Business, and excited for next week's show. We're redoing with the BBSI boys.
Yep.
Actually, Jeremy will be here next time. So I think Troy and Jeremy will be here.
Yep.
We're going to get the big man Troy Dane. He'll probably be here to bodyguard them, just like we had Andy here. So, but excited for next week's show. You'll be holding the fort down.
All by myself.
All by yourself, but it's good. You'll be, but we'll fit better with four people instead of four people around here. So.
Yeah.
So look forward to next week's show on the 18th, and then we got a big one coming on the 25th. We'll announce next week. So thanks for tuning in to Talkin' Business. Give us a thumbs up, Erik. See everybody next week.